Uh, Happy Monday to y'all. Um, come in. Anyway, I've come here tonight to simply respond to Michael Beverlys' comments on my streams here. So we have this one, the most recent, and Michael says, "Yeah, you're boring. Once the monkeys are done with you, back to obscurity. Just remember, your 15 minutes was based on being pro-predator and anti-women. If you're going to mention someone and talk about them, have the huevos to reach out to them." So, a few points there. I'm sorry to hear that you find me boring, Michael. I've over the last couple of years, found a lot of your content very interesting and valuable. And so, but people have their preferences. I To the second point, once the monkeys are done with me, well, yeah, I mean, there's always that possibility, but look, I mean, being realistic, I picked up about 20 subs on this, and I've been at this for a while, so those other 250 have been mostly around for a while, and I had anticipated losing some of them coming into this. Um, and just remember, your 15 minutes was based on being pro predator and anti women. Well, I don't think that's the case. I think I am trying to be pro reason here and really look at this from an unbiased, objective perspective. I'm very sorry you feel that way. And if you're going to mention someone and talk about them, have the huevos to reach out to them. I appreciate that. Honestly, Michael, I've seen your channel kind of take off in my experience here, and you've probably been around longer than I have in the grand scheme of things, as far as YouTube content creators go and things like that. So, you know, I I want to address this in two ways by saying that, um, you know, for me to be so arrogant as to think that I should reach out to Michael Beverly regarding any of this maybe would be, I don't know, presumptuous of me, right? Maybe under any other circumstances, you probably wouldn't have even reacted to me. But for whatever reason, you're here. Now, there's a reason that I mentioned yourself and Uncle Bobby as content creators that I pay attention to, and that I had noted that y'all had sided with the Bundy camp. And for me personally, being in my position, I find that very unfortunate, right? But I don't presume that I would be able to persuade you of that at this point, right? But to be clear, I've been big fans of both of your channels. Um, so that being said, obviously that feeling is not mutual, and present circumstances aside, maybe I'm just a fucking boring person. Um, that's fine. I kind of accepted that long ago, Um, so like I said, I'm trying to figure out ways to do better. Right now, I got what I got, and I'm streaming on fucking Prism Live on my phone because the internet's out, and it is what it is, right? So I am that, you know, I'm a small person, right? And I will probably shrink back to obscurity in good time here. So congratulations, Michael. I appreciate your engagement with the channel. So this one really came actually a little bit further back. It says it addresses my reading Ways to Humans response notarized letter. It says, "Y'all been refuted over and over and over and over and over. You don't care. Stop pretending. It'd be nice if y'all could just be honest." I don't know if I read the word over and over enough times there. I just stopped. You want to debate this? Question mark. Okay, raise 10 grand, I'll do the same. Then we'll get a panel of actual experts, a prosecutor, say, and some people with degrees, experts in trauma and women's issues. So amazing concept. Let's make this a further public spectacle for people, I suppose, is a rational way to look at this. Each point of fact you lose, I get $1,000, and the panel gets $1,000. Each point of fact I lose, well, that won't happen. But imagining it could, you'd get $1,000, and the panel would get $1,000. We'll start with the insane claim that the DA offered to charge Nancy. We'll move on to the lie Maya is spreading that Elliot or another panel board member called the police on Sunday during the investigation. We'll then discuss the ill-informed argument by Ed that since there was no visible wounds, it's puzzling. Yeah. What? I'm sorry. Next, we'll ask, where is this? I'm sorry. Next, we'll ask actual experts in the field if trauma responses and reporting should meet a perfect victim standard or if messy, confusing, nonlinear, and often contradictory responses are actually evidence that the claim is true, not false. Right. Well, that can sometimes be the case. But okay, I'm gonna keep going on here. Then we'll discuss the studies on why false reports happen. There are distinct groups of reasons, and ask whether Nancy falls into any of those groups. Hint, she does not. I think she does, because marital infidelity is absolutely one of those groups. I don't know why. I mean, there's obviously marital infidelity, so I don't know why you would even make that claim. Okay, and then we'll talk about Tennessee mandating reporter laws and why Elliot Cantor had a motivation to hide this investigation from the police and why Maya is lying and what would have happened if Nancy's report had been handled ethically. Hint, the predator y'all are protecting would have been arrested that day. I don't think it was his responsibility to go to the police. You are a mandated reporter. Well, okay, no, maybe it could have been that he could have been negligent in that regard, depending upon the nature of what was told to him, right? So what's up, Kat? I see Kat in the side chat. My Agason. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yeah. So I think it's shaky ground to say that if he was negligent, depending on the information that she gave him, and if it was her choice not to go to the police, I mean, that's an important fact, right? Because he might have an obligation to protect her privacy in that case, and so I don't know. We'll finish up with the lack of transparency and ask why NanoCon hides their finances but boldly claims on their website they're transparent. I mean, pee on my leg and telling me it's raining level of BS. Y'all are so dumb you did not even look. Their finances. Okay. I mean, all that, is this a private organization or an NGO, right? Because that makes all the difference if it's transparent or not. Waste a human. Who the hell is Elliot Cantor? It's not even the Cali attorney. That's Elliot Cantor. Yep. Michael Beverlys still cannot spell Elliot Cantor's fucking name. Yeah. Maya says I wasn't even there. These people are just like saying my name. Exactly. Yeah. Just controversial. Yeah. That's right, Cat. We've walked into it. Okay, and we're here. Now I know y'all have excuses, reasons, etc., why I'm wrong and evil, an occult member of that mean, nasty Jay Bundy, which is why I'm offering to debate this with money on the line and actual informed experts on the panel to judge. Any takers? I mean, I offered both Ember and John a discussion with a friendly host to moderate. Ha ha ha, yeah, y'all are so transparent and evil. Okay, if you're so willing, trusty ape, to put your wisdom and smarts on the line, do it for cash. Heck, if you're not able to raise $10,000, I'll do it for 500 each. So $1,000 up for the grabs. Say $100. A point lost goes to the other side. I'll even donate the winnings, which will be all the money, since your position is not defendable and gross, to a woman's charity. You're not going to do this, I know, because inside you know you're wrong. I mean, if you have an IQ above 80, and you just jumped in the controversy to get noticed. Pathetic. Woman-hating. Evil. Oh, by the way, anyone here know the con artist Patrick H? I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. He conned his dad or... I don't even know if I should read this, right? Like, what? He conned his dad or brother, I mean, it's public, or other relative to be the front man to his grift, and that person has their personal home address on the public-facing document, so they file in their IRS lies, which is not only gross, but kind of disrespectful to whichever horse has his personal home address out there. Dumb, dumb, dumb. And what do you expect from evil grifters? They hurt others and never want to be accountable. So much there. So Michael, yeah, no, wow, there's some engagement there, right? And I know some of Michael Beverlys' content and that he's been connected with Jay in the past, right? I know that about Uncle Bobby, but I generally respected these guys for the most part. But that's how deep it goes. Yeah, Kat. I mean, I'm right up there with with Knock right now, over here. So, and on the other side of that, so yeah, Michael, I don't have like really the money to debate with you. I don't even know what we're debating at this point, because I'm talking about basically Jay's behavior, for the most part. And I don't really deny that something awful probably happened, but just that the level that they're going to is fucking insane, right? And like, why would you support that, being a rational human being? Like, so that's my position. So like, what actually is the debate between us? That I want to know the topic. And aside from that, yeah, so it's become known to me that, like, all right, so somebody DM me around the community and stuff, and informed me that they were, having some conflicts with my ongoing relationships online with the likes of William Freeman and some others. But for myself, just kind of responding to what Knock had said earlier, because I was watching that, I think there is a deeper level to William Freeman. Well, I believe I know that, judging by conversations I've had myself with William over here subsequently over the past couple of years that a lot of people probably aren't aware of, right? And getting to understand that person better, and understanding his motivations. I probably don't believe what a lot of y'all believe about that person. So maybe we can disagree, but unless I am proven wrong, I stand in a place of, like, William has been actually become a friend of mine over the last couple of years, and I believe him to be, like, have genuinely good intentions around these communities, and I think he is kind of an antithesis to characters like Jay Bundy, when you really put it, like, into the perspective, into its proper perspective, where that's what he's trying to do, at least. And so, yeah, I stand with Jay Bundy as toxic, and this whole matter is, really a bit indecipherable at this point, without the actual involved parties stepping forward to say, make further statement or whatever. So yeah, if we're gonna debate, I guess, we got to define, decide on the topic there. And other than that, thanks for the engagement, Michael. Sorry we had to get to know each other this way. It's been a weird fucking ride. But that's about all I had to say on these couple of subjects tonight. And big thanks to Kat. Kat says, Will Freeman has always been cool with me. I cannot vouch for any interactions he's had with anyone else, especially in the long while I've been out in the real world. Yeah. Sometimes it's helpful to walk away from these spaces for a while. That's always true. So I'm going to wrap up the stream. I'll keep it short and sweet. Much love, be kind, be well, and stay trusty.